name?
Get the fuck out! Get
That's a stupid fucking name!
Obama deported more people than Trump. What do you say to those guys? What encourages you and others to cover your face?
You want my press pass?
You're pressed, right?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, good. So there's nothing wrong.
What are you gonna do with my information?
I feel like you Antifa. You are outright fascist.
You look equipped, like you look ready to go. So just describe the fit.
You know, I got arrested 12 times last year.
12 times?
12 times at protest.
The protests in New York are getting more and more intense. Even throughout this night, it gets crazier and crazier. Many are left wondering if we are going to become the next LA. Videos like this are going to help you figure out whether that's going to be the case. Enjoy. Welcome back to the Nate Friedman Show. Yeah, can you tell me about it?
Basically, it says "Maldiza la migra." It means like curse the migra, like curse ICE. Really, like I'm really Catholic, so this is like completely against my beliefs. Like nothing that's going on is righteousness. It's just.
Can you go into more of that, of how Catholicism is against what's happening here?
Well, I'll start. Okay, I'm Dominican, as you can see. The whole flag on. Obviously, I come from a place with like a lot of diversity. Like we got people of all colors. This is something, and to see like the people who are supposed to protect us coming against us. This is not righteousness. This is just. Damn, I don't know how to word it.
For sure. What do you say to those people that say like, well, people can come in, they just got to come in legally, and separating the difference between legally and illegally? What are your thoughts on that?
America is very glorified in second world and third world country. That's why so many people want to come here. Yeah. But they get here and they realize the hardship that they have to go through. They don't see just like they don't see in retrospect just how bad it is. They think that this is like the land of the free, like paradise. But really, like the American dream is just going to shit, and it has been for a couple decades.
So, like the people who come here, they think that it's going to be easy.
They think yes, having to go through the hardships that nobody should have to go through, and you come here and it's basically the same shit.
Yeah, I don't know what she's talking about here. So she says it's basically the same shit. I keep thinking that I'm going to hear it all at these protests, but that's never going to be the case. Her argument is that we need to make America better for the people who are here illegally. And they're waving the flags of the countries that they don't want to be deported to, but America is also not good enough. Let's just keep watching. It gets worse. So I'm going to ask you one controversial question that I hear from the other side, okay? I'm all over X. They say, well, Obama deported more people than Trump. What do you say to those guys?
Yeah, but he did this in a matter of like time. This was smoothly. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't hear about like mass deportation on the news. You would just hear.
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt. You wouldn't hear about mass deportations on the news, and therefore it's not happening. Yeah, that's why people don't trust mainstream media anymore. Like, she's just saying the quiet part out loud. While Obama was president, by the way, it's a fact that he deported more people. I had to frame it that way because if I said that it was a fact, she would say, where's your data? And it would be a long thing. It's just amazing that Obama didn't do mass deportations because the media didn't frame it as that.
You wouldn't hear about like mass deportation on the news. You would just hear, and it would be specifically like bad people. I would always see when I was little. I would always see, drug cartel busted in San Francisco and this and here. That's good. You're getting people who are bringing down the country. You're getting them out and bringing in a chance to bring in new people who can actually like raise the states like. But yeah.
That's well said. Okay, maybe even more so than the last time, this is showing you the power that media can have over people and why I just go on the ground and ask people questions, because look at what a spin can do to somebody's mind. I mean, this is crazy. She says that Obama went after bad people, so it's fine. Let's just look at Boston because I was just there. Operation Patriot that took place. 1,400 ICE arrests in Boston. 790 of them had prior criminal convictions. Some of these people included a child rapist who was convicted and deported in 2017 and then came back illegally. The same goes for LA. If you look at these guys, they're deporting many of them have done horrific absolutely horrific things. So Trump's approach to deportation is honestly quite similar to Obama's, but it's just under very different scrutiny.
Really quick question for you guys. I see the goggles. Are you preparing for something?
I don't want to be on media.
Okay, do you want to talk?
I'm just chilling around.
Just chilling?
I just like saw the view.
You need to ask consent.
No, he actually doesn't. It's a public street.
No, but you
is
should.
a public. That's fine
If you want to be among us, if you want to be among us, you need to
understand.
respect the culture of we can ask people before they want to be filmed.
I understand.
If you're not going to be amenable to the culture,
it's
you need
New
to
York
leave.
City. I don't need to leave. It's a public sidewalk.
If you're going to be among us, demanding quotes from us, you need to respect the people.
Demanding
this is
anything,
basic
I'm asking
journalism.
you.
This is basic journalism. Okay? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're not, and flip your badge around. We want to see who you are. Please.
You want to see my press?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. My name's Nate.
Why are you keeping it backwards?
No, because it flipped over. Here you go. I don't understand what your issue is. It's a public street. I was just curious what the goggles were for.
I mean, you've seen what happened in LA, so.
Yeah, so were you planning on starting something?
What?
Were you planning on starting something?
I
Because
don't
it seems
know.
peaceful
I'm just
here.
a person here. I was just walking around, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm coming after work. I just checking the.
So you're friends with that guy? Or was it a girl? I don't know.
I was just walking around, so. I was just talking. I was like, "What's going on?" type of shit. So I was like curious.
Sure.
Yeah, there's people getting around. I mean, like it's like you said, it's a public area. So what the fuck? Why are there f***ing cops in their f***ing streets, right?
Okay. Well, tell me about that. That's interesting. So. Yeah,
I'm not here to interview, by the way. I'm just talking. So.
Okay.
Like I'm just walking
Are you going to keep the footage and just post it?
Yeah, we're gonna keep it.
Why? Who are you posting?
Oh, come here.
You're putting people in danger.
Come here.
So yes, literally as we were filming that, a fight broke out in the middle of this circle. Surely a protester agitated a cop. We didn't see the very beginning of it, but cops don't just randomly attack protesters. So when that happened, I noticed that the NYPD covered the area super quickly. And before this point, there had been actually 4 arrests that have been made already. So clearly the NYPD, their approach to these, riots are much different than LA. I would say they're handling it much better.
Officer, de-escalate yourself! Unprofessional!
Why are you taking a photo of me?
Because I can.
Are you interested in asking me anything? Go ahead and ask me something.
I don't want to.
No, go ahead. You want to say anything? I'm not hiding my face, but you're hiding yours. You want to say something?
Put your hand on my face.
I'm not putting my hand on your
You
face.
have to fucking hire security guard. How we going?
You want my press pass?
You're press, right?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, good. So there's nothing to hide.
What are you going to do with my information?
We were peaceful.
Do you want to say what you're going to do with my information?
Can I add you on Facebook? We're gonna be friends.
Okay. I can't wait. Hey, what the fuck was that?
Are you scared?
You're the one harassing people.
Well, he threw a water bottle at me.
Because you're the one harassing people.
Who am I harassing?
Clearly us.
How?
You're getting all up in our faces.
I'm literally on a public sidewalk filming.
Okay, well, we can leave. You don't have to be fucking shitting on us.
So she says that I'm harassing them when they threw a water bottle at me. And before this all happened, they're the ones who came up to me and started taking photos of me. Now, much to my surprise, or not really, he did not friend me on Facebook. And I would have loved if he did, because then I would be able to see him without his freaking mask on. And another thing, this is part of their playbook. So again, I was not interviewing anybody. I was literally against the wall just watching the protest. And they come up to me taking photos of me. Then they're like, put your hand on my face, okay? And then they throw a water bottle at me. You can see that this is just instigating, so that when I throw a punch, or if I throw a punch, whatever, they can say, whoa. Okay, there you go. Now, next up is this guy. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and just assume that he's very upset about something, so I just went ahead and asked him.
Yo, can I ask you about the flag? I don't recognize. Is it Palestine flag?
Palestine.
Okay,
It says
but
Palestine in Arabic.
oh, it says it in Arabic.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell me about what you're doing out here?
I'm protesting against what the Trump regime is doing with regard to ICE and more broadly with its
murderous foreign policy. It's policies of supporting the 1% against the working class of this country. Assault on the working class, really unprecedented assault on the working people.
Tell me about that assault. Like, what is the assault on the working class?
Attacking Medicare or attacking Medicaid, gutting the various branches of the government, federal government, giving tax cuts to the 1%, massive support for the regime of Israel that's committing genocide in Palestine right now.
There is no genocide. Genocidal armies don't warn civilians before attacks. They don't send in food, and they definitely don't deliver millions in aid to the people they're trying to wipe out. That's just not how genocide works. Now, we'll get back to this future Nobel Prize winner in just a second, but real quick, the FBI just arrested a man passing out riot gear at the anti-ICE protests in LA, and have you noticed that depending on what news source you're reading, it feels like something entirely different is happening at these protests? The left is focused on how much it's costing to deploy the National Guard, while the right is highlighting how immigrant voters have swung 40 points toward the GOP since 2020. Not exactly what you'd think if you were one of these protesters. Now, I only know all of that because I read Ground News. Ground News is the only news app that shows you how the same story is being covered across the political spectrum. And my favorite feature, the blind spot feed. It doesn't just show you what's trending, it reveals what the left and the right are ignoring. You see what they don't want you to see. Now, if you're tired of the media's one-sided spin and want to take control of your news, subscribe now to get 40% off the Vantage plan at ground.news/Friedman. The link is in the description, or just scan the QR code. You'll be directly supporting this channel and helping me continue to have security at these protests. And now, back to the streets.
That's not to say that things were good before, obviously. Under Joe Biden, Biden was a criminal himself, a horrible leader.
How was Biden a criminal?
Well, basically, many of the things I mentioned about Trump
Apply to him as well?
apply to him, but Trump is taking it to a much more extreme level, certainly.
Okay, cool. And can you tell me, I like your keffiyeh, it's red and white. I mostly see black and white. Can you tell me about the keffiyeh and what it symbolizes?
The kufiyeh is it's an Arab garment, and it's very much associated with Palestine. And, it comes in various different colors. It's sort of a symbol of support for Palestine and Arab liberation, but it's also more broadly just a cultural piece of clothing within our culture.
And like, for people, the folks that are covering their faces, is it like, is it worrying about employment, or what encourages you and others to cover your face?
I think it's a number of things. Employment, doxing.
I love that he says doxing, because his other Hamas fanboys came up to me and took photos of my press ID, all in their masks, while I didn't have one, yet they're the ones complaining about doxing.
So peace in Palestine, do you believe that it can be achieved while Hamas is in government, or no?
I think that's the choice for the Palestinian people to decide. That's not the choice of the United States. Mm-hmm. It's funny, the United States, the Trump regime likes to talk about American sovereignty supposedly being under attack because people have flags from other countries. That's somehow an attack on America's sovereignty. But the U.S. thinks it can dictate to countries around the world what government they have. That's not America's decision. That's the decision of the people that live in the lands.
And they elected Hamas, so we'll just have to see, right? Yeah.
I would say what really needs to happen is that the Muslims, Christians, and Jews need to come together and unite against this extremism of Zionism, because Zionism doesn't represent the Jewish people. Many, many Jews are against this ideology.
Yes, a lot of self-hating ones, unfortunately. Now, what's fascinating about this guy is he talks about we need to unite against the extremity of Zionism. Okay, what does that mean for the 7 million Jews that live in Israel and the 2 million Arabs that live there as well? In Israel, Arabs serve as doctors and members of parliaments. Not a lot of Jewish members of parliament in Gaza. They don't even have a parliament. So I'm not sure that Israel is the extreme one here, my friend. So now the video is going to feel a little bit more raw. I'm going to show you kind of just, you'll be my eyes and ears throughout this protest. It gets crazy. We even see a very familiar face at the protest. So enjoy.
I know your mom is disappointed in you, bro. You could have did anything with your life. You chose the NYPD. You got to start reading them dumbass train ads, bro. Like, that's why we tear them shit down. So they can stop getting niggas like you off the street.
There's 6 figures in all these crowds. Look it up on 50A. Look up the badge numbers. Go to the website 50A and see the six-figure salaries they have.
You worship girls? Probably could have went and sold drugs too, but you sold this shit.
Teachers more than nurses.
Every white cop, y'all all child children of the devil anyway. All the black people on those roads, y'all.
Listen, you gotta know though. You know what's really important? We're all probably what, 5th generation Americans here, 6th generation. Y'all fought in the Civil War, right? Sounds like there's no immigrants in this crowd.
You deport your own fucking daughter, probably.
Right there. English is a native language, right? English is your native language. No, like I got it.
Whoa, I'm seeing some tattoos.
Yeah.
Wait, I think they fucking deported people with tattoos. You guys worried about that?
Can I ask you about that? You're saying they deported people with tattoos. Like, how does that work?
They didn't deport. I'm just saying they were using that as justification. Like,
because
I'm being hyperbolic.
MS-13 tattoos.
Yeah, I'm being hyperbolic.
I really wish I could go to just every protest that's happening around this entire country at the same time and get people to just be like, yeah, I'm being hyperbolic. Like, at least this guy admits it. At least he admits that what he's saying is ridiculous. Like, people are going to get deported because they have tattoos. Then I heard this absolute beauty call the police officers Nazis, so I bit.
That's the side you're on. And you have to live every single night knowing that. I cannot live
And
I hope it feels great.
A quick question. Are you calling them Nazis?
I'm not engaging.
You're not engaging? Well, that's a pretty just big claim, so I wanted to know what you meant.
He said he's not engaging. Let's not do that.
All right. So you're bodyguarding for him?
I will. The fuck? He just says when he engage.
And you
should,
you should respect
Little frat boys off to fucking attention.
Matt, you're taller than him.
I know. Little short boy. Go off. I know you're turned on.
You were just calling him a Nazi, so that was interesting.
Happy Pride Month, baby.
Does he put Jews in gas chambers?
I don't know. You tell me.
That's what Nazis do. So I just figure if he's a Nazi, that's what he does. No?
If he doesn't want to engage, he doesn't engage. Okay.
So this is kind of a classic with these protests. Say something utterly preposterous and then fold under no pressure when you're getting asked about it. Then I saw these two people that were just yelling at each other, and I went to go find out what that was about.
No one likes you, bro. No one likes you. You're mad ugly. You're ugly. You're ugly. Get out. You're ugly. You're ugly. You're ugly. Both of you guys are ugly. Get the f out. Get the f out. Get the f out. You guys are ugly. So no one likes you. No one likes you. You guys are mad annoying. You guys are so annoying. That's all it is. You guys are annoying. You guys are mad fucking annoying. That's all. I'm annoyed by this shit.
What is he doing?
I don't know. He's just fucking harassing people.
You can see that her vocabulary is not the best.
Who is he?
I don't know. He's a streamer of some kind. They both are. They're over here. They're asking us questions.
And she's with you?
She's just here. We're all just here. We're just everyday people just to get to know.
Yeah, I understand.
You look like a 13-year-old.
You don't got no one on camera?
I'm just moderating.
You're just a moderator?
Yeah.
Now, before I moderate this debate, I do want to tell you something kind of cool. So when I was at the protest, I saw a familiar face. I saw Nick Shirley. And I had never actually talked to Nick or seen Nick in person. We're both boots on the ground journalists. I respect him tremendously. So it was cool. I saw a ton of people around him, people that don't look very nice, all masked up, cafes and everything. And he was being surrounded. So I was like, oh my gosh, I was kind of, I know he can handle himself and there was police there, but I really just wanted to provide some backup. So I cut through the crowd and just went to, shake his hand, make sure everything's good. So after the protest, I had seen that the NYPD kind of helped Nick get out of that situation. And then, I saw a message on my phone that was actually from Nick and said, hope you're okay and hope you're safe. And I said the same thing to him. And yeah, it was great. It was awesome to meet Nick in that way too, in that fashion of seeing a fellow journalist that was surrounded and just cutting through the crowd and genuinely wanting to help, Oh yeah, and right before I went to cut through the crowd, I saw this guy. I didn't know who he was, and then later I saw CNN's coverage of this protest, and here he is. That's CNN.
What's going on? Bring me up to speed.
I see them harassing someone I know.
Mind your business. Mind your
yourself,
business.
you little twink.
That's not 3 words. Good job, though. You know how to count?
They get off this. They get off this.
It's literally bothering people. It's boys bothering women.
Just ignore them more than
Little pieces of
nobody's
shit.
bothering
Grow a
you.
bear.
You came up to
Go
us.
a pair and bother a man.
Nobody's
Grow a
bothering
pair
you.
and bother a man. See what happens. Go a pair
Nobody's bothering
and
her.
bother a
But the
man.
police arrested y'all.
Grow a pair and bother a man.
Yo, I can't
Grow
tell
a pair and bother a
I feel
man.
like you Antifa. You are outright fascist. You are outright fascist.
I'm an all-right fascist.
Yes, I hear they antagonize these people.
I'm telling you to stop harassing.
You are outright fascist.
Because I'm telling you to stop harassing women.
No, you know what? Because it ain't a woman thing.
He's literally pointing cameras towards two women.
But I can do that.
Shorter than you, and then another one.
Shorter than me. You act like I'm 5'3".
Bro, you're not even that tall. You're like 5'8".
I'm 5'8". No, babe, I'm 5'11". How you gonna play with me like that?
I have no clue.
You must like the
Why-
basketball
why are you-
players to
why-
run dick up in you.
Why are you calling her a fascist?
Huh?
Why are you calling her a
Cause
fascist?
the white women out here they antagonize shit. They ain't here for no reason. We done asked the gay white men why they out here. They say it's pride month. They out of school. They ain't got shit to do. And the white women out here they antagonize stuff. When it's white women that gave birth to niggas like Donald Trump.
Give me a thought. What do you think about ICE?
Huh?
What do you think about ICE?
What do I think about ICE? ICE? No, ICE don't. ICE. Hold on. 1 second. ICE needs to. ICE is fucking wrong for what they're doing.
If you are confused right now, just know that I was even more confused, I assure you.
Hey, listen.
I love you. You so feisty.
Bro, listen, hey.
No, you're just trolling women.
You know you want somebody to talk to you like that.
Just trolling women like a piece of shit.
Have some respect, please. For who? For everybody.
I don't
We
even
do.
know what
Have
are
some
people mad
respect.
at each other about.
No, literally.
I just came in there just yelling, but like, what are we debating?
I just saw two girls that I knew between two cameras, so I just popped in because of that.
Okay, so these two guys were interviewing somebody.
Not interviewing, they were just around someone from what I saw because both of the
lights-
girls that
the
I know
lights are
wouldn't do
bright,
that.
I'll give you
They're
that.
yeah.
All right, well, tell me, you look equipped, like you look ready to go. So, just describe the fit.
The fit is a CS mask, no goggles because I couldn't find those, and everything's a shirt basically besides the pants.
Is something gonna go down tonight? It seems chill right now.
4 people already got arrested today.
Wait, when did that happen?
About 30 minutes plus ago, 30 minutes to an hour ago between that.
Okay, and what are they arrested for?
Honestly, for standing on the sidewalk from what I've noticed, when we've been told to stand on the sidewalk.
Pretty classic.
It's a classic one.
Me and this woman are actually kind of getting along, and we're going to get into the minds of these protesters here. And this guy with the red keffiyeh just, I guess, got rid of his flag and was going up and down the street, filming, I don't know, me or whatever. But that's why I was looking behind me, because, this guy doesn't look like he's going to do something good.
These niggas gotta go. Because they are a terrorist group. We know that.
The police are?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Niggas,
So, let me. That's interesting. Give me a second.
To be fair,
Yo,
I don't
tell
know
me, tell me why the NYPD is a terrorist group.
Anybody in New York City? Why am I on the fuck? You know what? All right, I'm gonna do it. Anybody in New York City? You know the one thing that everybody in New York City has in common with each other? They all hate the police, bro. Let me ask you a question then. Since we doing it here, you see Instagram videos, right?
Yeah.
All this stuff. How many of the police? I'm not gonna say they all bad. I haven't saying anybody all bad is dumb.
Yeah.
All right, I'm educated. I'm not gonna say that shit.
Yeah. But you call them a terrorist group, so let's back it up.
They are.
Okay.
They are
Yeah.
a collective.
Yeah.
Not maybe individually. Some
So
of them are good.
let's keep it parallel. So like another terrorist group would be Al Qaeda. Is that a terrorist group?
Sure.
Okay, so
Al-Qaeda's a
let's say how
terrorist
they're
group.
similar.
Sure. Okay. So I'm gonna bring you back to I never asked you the question though. How many videos have you seen of the NYPD doing good on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube versus them doing bad? Versus them doing bad.
I see them arrested.
Like how much stuff do you do? You see the video they come in at the Puerto Rican Day Parade, like when was that, Sunday? And just start beating up people on Myrtle Ave for what? What do? They go arrest street vendors for what? People just trying to make an honest living. For what? They don't even give them a chance to be like, okay, we'll pack it up, we'll go do what you say.
Do we not
like,
need the police in the city?
I have always been against not so much policing of communities, but whatever this is under this capitalistic system. What the police are now, they don't police communities, they police property. I'm all for people in your like community watch, neighborhood watch. That's what police should be.
Okay.
Police shouldn't be out here protecting buildings and protecting vans and going
They should be
around.
protecting people.
They should be protecting people. Yes.
I like him.
Do they protect people?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's what they should be doing.
Because I keep it chill.
So yes. So yes, I am against the police.
Yeah.
I 100% am. Like even the good ones, I'm against them too. Partially because I got PTSD. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that no, we don't need them. Like these people right here. How many of them are from the community? Like if you
Not
look,
that many.
if you go to the Bronx, you go to Brooklyn. I live in Bed-Stuy.
Yeah.
You go to Bed-Stuy. How many cops in Bed-Stuy from Bed-Stuy?
Probably not a lot, right?
None. I ain't met one cop in Bed-Stuy from Bed-Stuy. I never met one cop in the Bronx when I lived there from the Bronx.
Yeah.
None of them. Where they from? Long Island, Staten Island. Or even if you got cops in the Bronx, they be from Brooklyn. Brooklyn is a whole 2 states over from the Bronx.
Do you think they should institute a policy where you can only police community you grew up in?
Yes, actually, they should. I have family in Hoboken, New Jersey. People probably never heard of it. Small city. They have a police department. About 70% of their police department comes from community. You don't hear about the Hoboken Police Department wilding on people. Like, I've never heard about, I mean, they have their little issues, but I've never heard about them dragging people across the street, like shutting down cookouts and block parties for no reason. Why? Because they know each other. They treat people different. They just don't go on and start arresting people for no reason. Like, so yes, I'm a firm believer that the police should police their own community. Well, this version of the police got to go. They'll never be good. As long as they're under this capitalistic society, they'll never be good. They're always going to pick property over people because that's what they get paid to do. They don't get paid to protect us. If they get paid to protect us, we'd be alive. If they got paid to protect us, the MTA would be on the trains protecting people instead of, standing at the gates, jumping people over 290 while somebody's getting stabbed 2 cars down.
If you look up any of them on like 50.
Oh, like you can see their salaries?
Bro, seeing their salaries is really astounding.
Yeah, how much is it?
Like there's one cop that's a lady cop. She has number one a settlement for $40K. That's taxpayer money. She gets paid $150K a year. My mother's been a preschool teacher for about 25 years now. She gets paid $40K. My dad has to work overtime to get $60K as a school bus driver.
Yeah, no, teachers should be paid a lot more. It's BS.
Yeah, it's literally insane.
Yeah, they don't know their own laws. I got arrested 12 times last year.
12 times?
12 times at protests.
Damn.
One time they kidnapped me.
They kidnapped you?
Yeah, that don't
What happened?
They arrested me off the street for something they thought they saw that they didn't see. It's cool, I got a lawsuit
They released
for
you
that.
the same day or something?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like they didn't even put me in handcuffs. But arrested 12 times. So
Okay, 12 times is more than a few. Like, what were you doing?
protesting,
Just
literally.
protesting?
Like everything I got arrested for all got dismissed in court. One time I went to court for an arrest paper and they arrested 5 of us in a group.
Yeah.
And these doofuses wrote the same thing on everybody's paper, but they left the description the same on all 5 of them. That's pretty much what you're dealing with out here, bro. Like that's pretty much what you're dealing with. Like if you've ever just sat in court at arraignments for a lot of these cases, like the judges throw most of them out, or if they don't throw them out, they go or they keep dragging the process.
Yeah.
I'm still going through a court case from last year that they don't even have evidence that I did.
What's that case?
I'm not gonna speak about it.
Yeah.
Like,
That's fair.
I'm not gonna speak about it because they don't got no evidence.
Yeah.
But
I've been arrested before for literally resisting arrest. What arrest? For what charges? Because you can't detain me
At
if
a
you don't have a
protest?
charge. Yeah. How is my only charge resisting arrest? Literally, how is that my only charge? What am I being arrested for? What am I being detained for? Am I detained? If they can't tell me a straight answer, then they're kidnapping me.
that's the stuff
And they're
we're going to
kidnapping
court
me.
for. That's why I can't say the police the way they are is good. Like how could you look at them and be like, oh yeah, they serve and protect the community.
Yeah.
I'm like, what community?
Yeah.
What are you serving and protecting out here?
Yeah, but who are
Like-
they protecting here? Because
Like
from
the-
what I
the
see,
camp.
I counted at the beginning before there was even protesters at the roundabout because I was bored. I was there by myself, so I started counting cops. There was about 10 protesters sitting around like that roundabout thing, and there was about 40 cops in riot gear, full riot gear, batons, everything, standing around us. For what? We were sitting there not even chanting yet.
Yeah.
For what? I got off Canal Street just to walk over to the roundabout. That's a million blocks, literally from Canal Street down. Cops. all riot gear, all lined in the buildings. For what? Like, they're escalating before anything even happens. Because there's no reason why there should be cops in riot gear. There's no reason why there should be military in our streets. There's no reason why there should be assault rifles at people that aren't doing anything. The most that we can do is throw a water bottle at them. It's comparable to throwing a rock, isn't it?
Yeah, it's similar. Yeah. Fair enough, guys. All right. I think just one thing I want to mention about that conversation, and the rest, I'll let you guys take in, is that the term kidnapping has lost some meaning lately, and it's because of this. Kidnapping is what occurred on October 7th. Kidnapping is, I don't need to describe it. You know what kidnapping is, and it's not what they were describing. So I hope that something is done about that. I hope that young people in this country will stop using that term when it's not appropriate. Anyway, if you guys are curious who else is getting rich off of the migrant crisis, especially in Massachusetts, just click this video and you will see.